And we're now live on YouTube. Hey everyone! Hey, all the people who are watching not on YouTube yet, but on Facebook or on Instagram. And if you see a link to our YouTube live stream around, so click on this link and you're going to be redirected to YouTube where this entire live stream thing is happening. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about creating animated backgrounds with Elementor Pro. This might seem as quite a simple design solution, but it may look stunning on your website depending on what look you're going for, what images you use, if you use any additional elements. And today we're going to just start exploring this topic, and we're going to have a look at a couple of techniques that you could apply to your image backgrounds using motion effects by Elementor Page Builder. The thing is that motion effects are a part of the Pro Elementor subscription. So if you don't own Elementor Pro, you're not going to be able to use these settings and to apply these animations that we're going to be talking about in today's video. So everyone who is watching right now, I'd be extremely grateful if you let me know if you can hear me well, if the audio is good, if you can see the screen, if you can see me here. And on my end, it seems like everything is working great. Plus, I am constantly checking the live chat and it seems to be working fine for now. And if you have something to say, if you just want to say hi, or if you want to ask a question, you're always welcome. I'm pointing here because I have a monitor here where I can see the live chat. So today we're going to be talking about animations with Elementor Pro. This is like a topic of today's video in 2 words. And also I have one announcement for you. It's gonna be about our upcoming live streams, our future live streams. And you might have noticed that on our community tab, we ran a poll. And by the way, if you want to take part in it, if you want to leave your opinion on what our webinar should be about, what our live stream should be about, maybe you wanted to see some specific type of content, maybe you want to just give your honest feedback, it would be extremely helpful for us so we can tailor the content that we're making to your needs and you can get the most value out of it. So if you now have a free minute, you can go to our community tab and leave your opinion on what you think about our live streams and what suggestions you have for our upcoming live streams of our the topics of our upcoming live streams. So this is the first one, the first announcement, and okay, actually only one announcement. And the second part of it is that we are constantly trying to experiment with new types of content, and we try to do tutorials, we try to do theme overviews. We are also planning to try and do maybe something more not on the practical application of some design techniques, right, but on the theory of design, on design principles and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, just let us know in our community tab, in the comments under that poll, or right now in the live chat, or in our social media channels, which you can subscribe anytime. So let's start, and I want to start off this tutorial, let's call it a tutorial, by showing you 3 really cool websites that I have come across this week, and I just wanted to share because I really like them, and I think that we as website designers and creators, we should aspire to get better every day, and this is why it is important to get inspired every day, right? So I just decided that it would be interesting for you guys, it would be an interesting section to add to our live stream. And I'm gonna quickly go over a couple of websites that I've picked for today so we can have a look at them and get inspired, whatever, never mind. So the first one, and this one is a website of like a business website of some agency. They do, I believe, they do design, they do brand identity and stuff like that. So if you scroll down, this is what you see, and it looks really not like something that you normally see on the web, because this grid is pretty okay, looks pretty like we're used to seeing, stuff like that. But then here comes this really interesting way to put your sort of your portfolio grid, not in a grid but a list. Once you hover over the label, you see the thumbnail, and once you click on it, you're going to be redirected to the project page actually. So pretty much the same here. So to me, it looked really interesting, as an interesting solution, really unusual. And as you get to the hero section, you see the hero section looks okay, pretty familiar. You see it a lot, but as you scroll down, you're kind of surprised to see something that is not that familiar as the hero section, and you think, hey, it's an interesting solution. Maybe their projects are as interesting to look at as their website, and you are willing to continue to explore their projects and their portfolio. So if you'd like to check it out, I'm gonna later share it in the comment section, or maybe in the description of the video when the live stream is over and the video is uploaded to YouTube, so you can check this website out yourself right now. Next one. So I picked 3, so this is why we're gonna have a look at them one by one, and this one is loading right now. So I really like this tagline: we make extraordinary websites for extraordinary people. Like, this just sounds awesome. I mean, I really like it. Also, as we scroll down, this is what we see, and I have no idea how this was done. It is all custom made for sure, and it looks incredible. Just, these are the guys who create websites, so they're interested, they put it as their first priority to really impress the people who come across their website, because their website is their portfolio basically. And as we scroll down, I want to see more projects. Just looks astonishing. Like, it's really minimalistic, so your attention is always centered on, I love this ripple effect. It has been like extremely popular on the web recently, this ripple thing, but here it's in 3D, and well, you can kind of see, like, I feel like I can kind of see polygons, like, you know, followed in here, and it looks good. Nevertheless, it looks really good. So as you scroll down, you see that these are like thumbnails, and you can click on the link, visit website, and you're gonna get to the website and you're gonna see it yourself. So this is a little subscription form, and now contact form, but the email that via which you can contact the developers. All right, and the last one for today is going to be also a marketing agency. The first 2 were like design and web development agencies, and this one is a marketing agency, and it just looks extremely cute, and I love the 3D art here, animated 3D art here. Like, it's a video file for sure, and I love this little thing here. This is like super creative, and it's not like a main menu or something, but it's just a way to add something to the main menu here, which most people might not even notice, but if they do, they get pretty much the same as in the main menu. But the solution is still interesting, because if they like missed the labels here, they might definitely notice this one. So it's like kind of doubles the chance that people are going to click on some of these links, because if they notice it, they would be like, hey, what's that? And just click on it, and they're gonna see this, and maybe they gonna decide to click on some of these. All right, now as we scroll down, the color scheme is really bold, the fonts are really bold, and here okay, it loads a little bit slowly because of the internet connection, because we're now live, we're now streaming on YouTube, and this is why it kinda jaggy sometimes. And more projects. You see there's really a lot of white space, so you're your eyes might roam and feel free on the page to explore whatever you want without any extra distractions. This is what the white space is actually for. And as we reach the bottom of the page, this is what we get. Also a tiny contact us prompt. And I really love this thing. It's like not that hard to do, but it looks cute, it looks cool, you notice it, and it also is, it can be called an animated background section, right? And I really loved it, and it's not that hard to do with some custom CSS. And well, I could actually, maybe we could try doing it in Elementor, creating a similar animated background in Elementor next time. But I really love this one. I believe that with it works perfectly with this huge amount of white space, with this color scheme, with this font, and with the overall feel and vibe of the website. So to me, this was a great one. So I loved all three of these, and if you're interested to check them out yourself, the links are going to be after the live stream in the comment section or in the description. Now let's jump to Elementor Page Builder and try and see what we can do in terms of animated backgrounds using motion effects provided by Elementor Pro. And this is what we got here. This is the page. Oh my, what's that? Okay, this is, I actually wanted to hide this one because I created an extra section. All right, this might be okay. So we've got a page here, and I have this huge hero section with a beautiful image in the background. And even though there is a parallax effect applied to this piece of text right there in the hero section, it still looks a bit boring, and we could spice it up by adding some animation to it. We're gonna see what we can do with that a bit later. And as we scroll down, loads a little bit slower because of the connection. Like normally it's not like that at all. And we have some section here, and I use a panoramic, you know, that really forgot how they're called, you know, this type of photos when you have a really wide shot and the shot really catches a lot around you, and like maybe 180 degrees photography or something like that. So if I open it up, this is, I'm gonna see the thumbnail here, and you're gonna see that it's extremely, the width here is the proportion of the width and the height ratio is not like of a normal image. And I went for such an image in order to be able to later apply some specific animation effect to it, right? So as we scroll back up, and I cannot see anything happening in the chat, and I feel like the chat got disconnected for some reason, and this is kind of weird, and I don't know what happens if I try and refresh this entire thing. So okay, can I try and refresh the chat? Okay, yeah, now it's working. I mean, sorry guys, I just figured out how to fix the chat. Crazy. I missed so many of your messages. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, sorry, I have no idea what was wrong with that. I was like looking there in the chat, I was seeing nothing, and I was thinking, okay, probably nobody is there, but then I figured that something is wrong with the chat. And now I'm extremely glad to see that you guys are watching, that you guys are there, and I'm extremely sorry for being like, you know, oblivious that something is actually happening in the chat. Crazy. All right, I see a question. Would you give me feedback on the website just started to make 2 hours ago? Just a header and the menu. Well, anyways, I'm always happy to see what you guys come up with in terms of your creative endeavors. And if you have any ideas, and if you want to share with us your project, to give your feedback, to give our opinion, or to just to share and tell, hey, I just created this cool thing and just wanted to boast about it. I don't know. This is always awesome. This is always welcome, and I'm always excited to see what you guys come up with. So of course you can share anything you create here in the live chat, in the comments under the videos, everywhere you like. You can always share your own design ideas, your own projects, your own everything. And page template lecture. Oh my. Okay, creating page template. Well, I have never thought there's like a lot to talk about, but if you feel like there is, I'd be extremely grateful if you like wrote what you're specifically interested about page templates, because doing an overview of this entire thing. Okay, probably we could see. I think that's an interesting idea. This is always an interesting idea to try and talk about things that everyone often uses, but maybe doesn't know everything about this feature, this setting, this set of settings, this functionality, and everything like that. So I think it would be a good idea. So page templates. If you could narrow it down to something more specific, that would be cool. And I'm sure we're gonna think about that. Here's the link. Okay, waiting for the link. I am waiting for the link, and we are waiting for the link. And while we're waiting, I just want to start with the first image that we're gonna animate. This first one, we're gonna check the link, no worries. But first, I want to start doing something, because I really wanted to make this live streams, these webinars, digestible, so they don't last like 2 hours or something like that. So it's like 30 minutes max. So even after we're done with the live stream, and the other people who come across this video could actually get some still get some value from this live stream even after it has ended, by watching it. And I don't want to make them like 15 minutes just talking about nothing. So yeah, this is why we're gonna get straight to the point right now. And now the link doesn't show up. I don't see. Hey there. Hey everyone who has just joined us. Thank you for joining in. I hope you're gonna enjoy this tutorial. If you're like really just starting to watch at this exact point, you might want to scrub back to the very beginning of the live stream. And no, the link doesn't show up. The link that you posted doesn't show up. Sorry, I cannot see anything in the chat. Like really, I see the message saying here is the link, but I cannot see the actual link, sadly. So if you could try and share it once again, like in a separate message, that would be cool. All right, getting back to the tutorial. So to apply motion effects to our background, what we're gonna do is click on this section settings button and go to style. This is where we're actually gonna add our image to our background and create the image background of our section. So we have done that already. Presumably this is the image, this is its background image. And as you scroll down, you're gonna see 2 additional tabs here that appear if you have Elementor Pro. If you don't, you're not gonna have these 2 options here. Just gonna be blank in here. There's gonna be nothing. So the thing is that I'm just trying to check the live chat, and without space, sorry, we're still waiting for it. Where is the link? Come on, just share the link. We want to see it. We really want to see it. At least I do. So, and I don't know what's wrong with this live chat anyways. If it doesn't work with the live chat right now, you could always share the link in the comments section under this video, and maybe we could get back to it in next week, or maybe I could just type the written feedback about like what our team thinks about this design. This could be also a solution if it doesn't work with the live chat right now. So here we have 2 additional options: scrolling effects and mouse effects. And what we could do is by enabling mouse effects, this is gonna add the mouse tracking thing, and the image is gonna scale up a little bit, and it's going to react to the movements that you make by your cursor. And like as you move your cursor to certain points on the viewport, the image is gonna react to that, and it's gonna shift a little bit because it's scaled up. There's enough room for this image to move in different directions in different ways, so the position of the image actually reacts to the movement of your cursor, which is a pretty cool effect. And this is for the background image. Like, you know that for the elements, to make elements move and tilt, you normally have you normally have motion effects in the advanced tab, and you also have scrolling effects, you also have mouse track effects, not for sections but for columns and for images for sure. Here you have a ton of settings, but if you only want to animate not the entire section and make it like scroll with the parallax effect applied, but you only want to apply these effects to the background image, then you go to style, you go to background, you pick the background image you want to use, and you go to mouse effects, you enable it, and you see the mouse track. You can adjust the speed, you can adjust the direction, so something like that. It's either gonna follow the direction of the movement of your cursor, or it's gonna bounce against it, like go in the opposite direction. I personally think that the opposite direction looks a little bit more interesting, and the speed is okay at 1. I don't want it to be too crazy. I don't want the velocity to be too high, to be high up. So scrolling effect, we could also apply this one. You see that if you're familiar with scrolling effects in Elementor Pro, pretty much the same thing. You have vertical scroll, horizontal scroll, transparency, blur. We could actually apply blur, and by moving the first slider up, okay, alright, so what do I need to do here? Give me a second. I actually want to fade out, and okay, I couldn't figure out what wasn't working. Ooh, all right. You set it to fade out, and then you move the first slider to 50%. 50% is the middle of your viewport. If effects relative to is set to viewport or default, normally default is actually the viewport. So if you want the effects to be relative to viewport, you don't even have to change it. It should stay at default. It's going to be the same thing. And now we could test it. We enable the blur effect. We have the mouse track effect, and let's try and scroll down right now. I'm scrolling down, and as you can see, the background image gets all blurry. As we scroll down, it's too slow. Alright, I better do it with the mouse. I was doing it with the keys on my keyboard. Alright. So as we scroll down, we see that the image gets blurry, but it still moves to the cursor movements. We could also add, okay, open up. We could also add vertical scroll. So as we scroll down, we also get the parallax movement, not only blur and the mouse track, but we also get parallax movement. But the parallax effect, the vertical scroll effect, or the horizontal scroll effect don't always work with the mouse track really well, because it might get a little weird. But in this case, it all works fine. Elementor team are just incredible at doing their best while adding new effects and new functionality to Elementor. Once they add it, it works perfectly out of the box, like in 99% of cases. And now your background looks 100 times more interesting, because we have added 3 effects to it. We have added blur, we have added vertical scroll, a parallax effect, so-called parallax effect, and the mouse track. all right? So, but it's important to not overdo. It's better to add something really subtle that your eye can hardly catch than to overdo it and make your pages and your backgrounds look crazy and really distract your user, your visitor, from the actual content on the page. So if you feel that it's a little bit too much, you could remove something like mouse track or blur or vertical scroll, or only leave parallax, only leave blur, or only leave the mouse track effect. It's important to not do it like too much. All right then, let's scroll down and get back to our second image that I mentioned before. Here it is. But first of all, I actually want to get back to the live chat. There it is. Okay, I see that I can actually, all right. Ooh, okay, let's try doing it. I hope that it lets me open it without spaces. Oh my. But YouTube is some smart guy, because he recognized that it was a URL, it still was a URL even though you added spaces to kind of disguise it. Oh wow. Okay, I should actually bring it here on my main monitor. Give me a second. Oh wait. Alright. There it is. Let me open it. So this is hey. Okay, I'm back here. I just kind of got distracted reading the live chat. Ooh. Wow. What I should say is that I really love it. I love it. I love this little thing. I love this little guy here. It looks awesome, incredible to me. I love that the movement in the background is so subtle. You can... Okay. Cybersport. Oh my, I love it. I love it. As a video games fan myself, I really love it. I really love the design. I love the color scheme. First of all, black with the red and orange gradient works incredible. Like, in my personal opinion, it just looks so eye-catchy. It just looks so bright and lively. And also, alright, the menu, I think I would personally, that's just my personal opinion, okay, After Effects, cool stuff. And actually, being honest, it looked like frame by frame animation to me, really. And if it wasn't, I'm really curious how you did it, because I work with After Effects myself, and I would dare to say that quite an advanced user, maybe not really advanced, but intermediate user. Okay, and I'm really curious because it looks like a frame to frame animation, handmade, yeah, hand drawn, I would say. So we had to draw every single frame, and then you just composed it in After Effects, added the gradient, and it looks incredible to me. Great job, especially if it's hand drawn. I know how much work and time and dedication it takes. I really love this little guy here. I love the Cybersport idea. I love the logo. I think it works great with this guy here. Maybe there's going to be something more, and I feel like there is a gap between the header and the hero section. I know that you have just started working on it, so I'm not really looking for some things that need to be fixed. I'm just I'm really impressed, and I love it. At the first glance, I loved it. Maybe I would think about using gradient in the header, because it's not always the best solution to use gradients in headers, or maybe make it a lot more subtle. It works great on the button. The gradient works great on this guy here, but I would, just think twice about applying gradients to headers, but my personal opinion. Maybe if it was, it's actually not that header that you have a menu in. You have menu here, so the gradient is not that distracting. But still, the gap, I meant the gap here. It feels like there is some black stripe, and I'm not sure if this black stripe is meant to be there, or maybe there is you know, some bug slipped in or something. And I don't know if you believe that it has to be there, maybe, but I don't really get the purpose out of it. If you want it to separate the header from the hero section, it doesn't need to be separated, because of the color it stands out enough. Anyway, overall, like, if I had to just give my feedback or opinion in 2 words, I would say that I love it. I really love it, and I would probably think twice about the gradient here, but actually I think it might work. It might work, especially given that it doesn't contain a menu, and menu is here. Menu is perfectly visible. Maybe I would also think if alright, I don't know if you should try and see different versions of the design of the menu labels, maybe. You know, it just all needs just trial and error sometimes, but what I would do, I would maybe give them the same color, both the label and the pointer that you got down here. Well, yeah, and since the header, this section goes away as you scroll, it's not gonna be distracting at all, and it is not distracting even right now. So, okay, I was too excited about it. I really love this hand-drawn guy, this animated logo, and I just kept talking about it, and sorry if it really took me too long to express my opinion on it. I was just too excited about this website, and I really loved it. And keep up the good work, and I really want to see what it's gonna look like after it's finished. So once you're done with this website, or you are half done, maybe you want to share your progress with us along the way, you're always welcome. I would be really excited to see what you can come up with in terms of the further layout exploration in terms of this website. And just, you're always free, you're always welcome, and you're always encouraged to share your progress, to share the link to your website here on the next week's live stream, in the comments, on our social media, on the anywhere you like. All right, so this is time to get back to the tutorial, and I'm gonna answer some comments. 20 frames path animation. All right, 20 frames looks good. It looks good. It's really good. It looks good to me. All right, I see the comment saying that out of sync, and probably the video. Okay, the audio goes a little bit. Maybe audio goes a little bit slower because I opened a new web page, and maybe because of that, the audio didn't really catch up. And let me know if the audio is good right now at the moment. And all right, let me just. The video background, yeah. Oh, so I got this. Yeah, you really. In case if that hand-drawn guy was, and everything, the entire thing was a video background. No, hold on. The hand-drawn guy wasn't a video background, but there was a video behind it. I got this. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow today, so sorry for that. Yeah. I know you cannot scale it. Maybe if it was a video of a bigger resolution, like 4K or something, I saw how people do it, but heavy video files are not good for your website anyway, so it's hella risky to try and do something like that. So yeah, maybe down the page, further down the layout, you're gonna have some image background, and you might try and apply some of these techniques that we're having a look at today. Anyway, thank you for sharing, and if anyone of you guys, anyone else wants to share their work, it would be awesome. By the way, if we have several similar suggestions, several similar projects, we could actually feature them on some live stream. And if I have like 5 or 6 of your websites, right, we could do a website review, and I would sit down here at this exact time, at this exact day of the week, and we could discuss and review and give our feedback on. Why am I saying we? When I say we, I also mean you guys in the live chat, because if you see a cool website that we're reviewing, you're also always free to share your opinion about that. So if you guys want your works to be featured on our live streams, and if you want me or maybe someone else to give my feedback on your work, I would be really excited to do that, because I was excited to see this Cybersport website. It was amazing. I really loved it. And if you guys have more of your projects that you want to share, do it. Always do it. We're gonna later review them on our live stream. Getting back to the tutorial. I only wanted to show 2 effects today, so it doesn't take that much time, even though we're past the expected runtime. I just expected to make it like 30 minutes, but nope, never. It's never gonna be up to 30 minutes. I just talk way too much. So same thing here, same thing applies here. I click, this is the section, this is the background section, and I have 2 columns inside. All right, I hope it's clear here. You can easily see that. And as I click on the settings of this section, I go to style and I go to background. I pick the background image. As you remember, the image I picked has a really unusual, a little bit unusual aspect ratio, right? And this is why it's gonna allow me to pull it from left to right or from right to left without actually losing a lot of quality and a lot of detail here. So as I click on style, background, and I get to scroll and effects, I have horizontal scroll here. And what it allows me to do, as you see, as I enabled it, the image didn't scale up, maybe just a bit, but the change wasn't really noticeable. And this was made possible because we picked this type of image with this sort of aspect ratio. And we enable scroll and effect, and looking here, I set the speed to 10. Sorry, to the left, to the right, doesn't matter, personal preference. And let's see it in action actually. Oh man, we need some space here. How did this happen? Okay, all right. Let me just drop a spacer because it really bugs me that there is not enough white space. Spacer, just somewhere, anywhere, just to add more space. I want 80. Too much. I want 80 pixels. All right. There we are. There we are. So as we scroll down the page, we scroll past this gallery, and as we scroll, we're going to see that this image actually moves from left to right as we scroll down. And the quality is not lost at all because we picked this particular type of image, panoramic image. And I see new people joining in the live chat. Hey there, thank you for tuning in. Glad to see you here, and I hope you like it and you stay and you come back for the next week's live stream, because we're having them weekly and at the same time, the same day of the week. And we do announcements on our social media channels about the upcoming topics of the webinar. And if you want to tune in, check out our social media, and maybe it's a good thing, it's a good idea to actually make announcements about the topics here in the community tab on YouTube. We could actually start making use of that community tab because it's awesome. Anyway, by the way, if you're new here, on the community tab, we also have a poll which we created a couple days back, and that poll was about what topics, what types of content you guys would like to see on our live streams. So if you want to suggest something about what you would like to learn, what you would like to watch here every week on our live streams, then you're always welcome. and I'd be really excited to see what you think about that. So go to our community tab where you can take part in the poll, where you can give your feedback, give your opinion, or suggest something. And so this is what we created, and it allows us to view the image as we scroll down the page. You might think it's a little bit distracting, but I find it really good looking as you, let's say you're scrolling down here and you see that image moves, and if it stopped right as it reached the middle of the viewport, I think it would be a great deal. It would be a lot better. It would look a lot better than if it just kept scrolling the entire time. So let me just get back to the settings of the section where we actually applied this effect first. And so showing it once again. So settings of the section, style, background, pick your image. We picked the image which was like that, so it doesn't really have a normal usual 16:9 aspect ratio, but it's a panoramic, I hope I pronounce it correctly, panoramic image. And it allows us to add the horizontal scroll effect without scaling this image, without losing the detail, without losing the quality and making it pixelated and blurry and making it look yuck. So this is what we applied, horizontal scroll to the left, and the speed was set to 10, so we have the max of what it can give us. But now let's say I want the image to keep scrolling, but as it reaches this point, the middle of my viewport, I want it to stop, and as I scroll past it, I want it to be static. I don't want it to scroll anymore. So I would just move this slider to the middle to 50%. Let's just like set it at 50%. Then I would close it, and we're gonna see the result. All right. Then let me scroll. When I try to scroll with the keys on the keyboard, it just doesn't work right. Anyway, you see that as I scroll down, as I move, as the page moves up in my viewport, you see that the movement is happening, but as it reaches the middle of the page, it stops, it's static, it just gently pauses and it doesn't move anymore. So the user can just read what they want in this section inside here, and they can scroll down without being distracted by the moving image up here, because they don't really need to pay attention to this section. They have to focus on the content that is here down below. This is why we disable the motion effect after the users have scrolled past this section. All right, this was pretty much it for this video. We have reviewed 3 websites that I picked for today as, not for today, but for this week's webinar as my weekly inspirations, I think. And if you guys like it, if you guys want me to pick 3 to 5 websites that got some awards, that got some attention, or they just look cool and I really love the design and the website overall, if you want me to pick a list of such websites to show you and discuss them with you, then let me know. We're gonna do that every week, and every week I could pick 3 to 5 such websites and show them to you as your inspiration for the week. And so we did it at the beginning of the video. Then we started working with the animations. So this is the first one. The second one, if you just joined, you can actually scrub the video like right to the very beginning of the live stream and see it all yourself. We worked on 2 animation effects with our backgrounds using Elementor Pro. So yeah, unfortunately, you cannot use these effects. You cannot apply these effects simply because you don't have them in the free version of Elementor. But if you have Elementor Pro, this is what you could use for your website designs. Also, we had a look at the amazing work of one of our viewers that has shared this work to us. And I really thought that it's a cool idea. So if you guys want to also share your personal or your projects or client projects with us with me for me to review, to give my feedback on, and also the people watching could give their feedback in the live chat. So if you want your personal works or your client work to be featured on our live streams, let me know. I would be excited to do that. And advanced designing using Elementor Pro, and this is a great idea, and thank you for the submission. This is exactly what I was thinking about. People want to get into more complex, more advanced layouts, more complex and advanced some design solutions, maybe also motion effects, animations. A lot of people are excited about motion effects, about video backgrounds, because it's trending, it's been extremely popular, and the fact that Elementor allows you to do that with WordPress and that easily is incredible, and it has to be praised, it has to be acknowledged, and this is what I actually want to do. I personally want to do. Welcome to the Best Life video channel. And it's extremely nice of you, and I don't even think I deserve we deserve, our team here behind this channel deserves such a title. I try to do my best, honestly, and your feedback and your encouragement, your replies in the live chat, your replies in the comments, you guys really help. You guys really encourage us to create more content, and thank you so much for staying for these weekly webinars. Thank you so much for checking out the videos we upload, and we really appreciate that. And this actually motivates us to create better content, to put more work into it, and to know that it's all actually worth it. Anyway, where should we send our project to show the world? Whoo, and I'm excited that you people want to do it. Okay. So, as I've said, first of all, I don't know, do they have like private messages here on YouTube? I don't know. All right, look, what we could do, if you feel comfortable sharing it in the comments here under this video, or in the live chat, or under the Discord link, could be any link. If you feel, if it has, if you have it on some installation or on some test hosting installed, this is how. Maybe if it is a PSD file, or it's in Figma, or it's in Adobe XD, or anywhere, the way you want to share it, just share it, and you simply drop the link in the comments, or drop the link in the live chat right now, or if you're too late, to in the comments under this video. And yeah, cool. I'm really excited, and thank you so much. And I'm really excited to see more works of yours, and more of your creative projects. Wow, I'm super excited, and I hope we get more people to do it. We get more people interested in that, and maybe during the week we're gonna create a poll, and you guys are gonna. This is where you'll be able to submit your works. I think so. I hope I can talk my manager into this, really, because I'm really excited about this idea, and I hope that our team will be also excited. So watch out for the poll. It's gonna come this week. You know, in the gap between our live streams, there is also like 6 to 7 days or something. Anyways, enough talking, I think, and I'm really excited. I really loved today's live stream, because you guys have been really active in the live chat. We were having a conversation, you guys were sharing your projects, and it was amazing, it was awesome. I really loved it. Thank you so much for giving once a week. Yes, it is once a week, and it is every week at the same time, at the same day, and we will be making announcements in our community tab. So, and also, I believe if you subscribe, then YouTube must send you the notifications that this channel is now running a live stream or something like that. I believe they do it. Yeah, it is once a week. So I'm gonna be wrapping this entire thing up. I thank you guys so much for watching. Wait for the poll where you will be able to submit your works, and where I'm gonna see you next week. And I wish you all the best. I wish you a great productive week, and great and awesome and inspiring and exciting rest of the day. Whew, feel so energized right now. I don't know why. Thank you guys. And I hope to see you next week. Alright, so turning this thing off. Bye.